I was born in San Juan. I grew up in Rio Piedras, Atorrey, and started school there, El Colegio del Espíritu Santo. And so that I came here to New York with my mother when I was 9 years old. It was quite a shock. The first couple of years, certainly the adjustment, the language, certainly the culture. I became a big baseball fan right away because in 1954, the Brooklyn Dodgers were very popular. And in 1955, they won the World Series, and Brooklyn exploded. And to me, it was just a dramatic culture change with all the excitement of this new world. And so I went to school in Brooklyn, St. Peter's, and later Bishop Loughlin. And beyond that, I think that once I got comfortable, I began to assimilate very quickly. Okay, I almost did it by accident, in a sense. Growing up in Brooklyn, like many other young Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, really a little disoriented as a teenager, perhaps getting into some trouble. I decided to go into the military, and so I joined the Marines. And the Marines took me away from here and gave me an opportunity to get my mind together and my thoughts. And coming back from there is when I first looked at civil service. And so the police department to me was not only an adventure, but certainly a challenge. And I just thought it was such a great opportunity for me to work in an environment that I'm actually helping people. And I look forward to that. I think I started to really begin to understand that as a precinct commander. When I worked more directly with communities, and it was obvious to me that it meant an awful lot, especially for senior citizens, families, Hispanic families. And in our business, obviously, we come in touch with people, families in need of assistance, perhaps in need of some stability that they look for in the police department. However, for Hispanics, I think I started to realize how important it was for them to be able to relate more directly to a person in a position of command and a position of supervision and responsibility. So as chief of patrol, obviously, that now goes citywide. And I think the greater impact to Hispanic communities is perhaps my influence on the department, on other police commanders, on other police officers, as they service our communities. We've met many challenges over the years. I think that the area of terrorism will continue to challenge us. As we perform our primary mission, which is to reduce crime and provide a safe environment for our communities, after 9/11, we have had to absorb a second very important mission, which is to protect the city from the challenges of terrorism. And so there lies the future of policing in the primary mission of crime reduction and safety, but as well counterterrorism support. Okay, I am now the chief of patrol for the New York City Police Department. What that means is I'm in charge of just about all of the uniformed personnel. That means we have 76 precincts. It's a total of about 20,000 police officers, sworn police officers, and perhaps another 7,000 civilian staff. So a total about 27,000 personnel that in one way or another report to me. And that includes our Special Operations Division, which of course has the toys, the helicopters and the boats, the fun part of the policing, as well as the schools. The safety agents that work in our schools also come into that. Difficult to identify any one event or any one period, but I think most rewarding to me was as precinct commander in Washington Heights, in the 34th precinct. I went there in 1990. The community, primarily a Dominican community, but with many other Hispanics, including Puerto Rican, Cuban, a great mix, but certainly predominantly a Hispanic community, was suffering from an awful lot of crime and violence and drugs and just this disorder in the streets, noise. And so that I was a precinct commander there from 1990 to 1993, mid-1993. And looking back, what we were able to accomplish, because certainly I didn't get it done. Our police officers got that job done. But the accomplishments during that time in stabilizing that community, in eliminating, or not eliminating, but certainly reducing the great amount of disorder, bringing the crime down where, as an example, in the area of homicides, that community was suffering over 100 homicides a year. And now they barely see 3 or 4 in 1 year. Looking back, I think to me, very rewarding. And if you ask me about accomplishments, well, then certainly, although it wasn't I who accomplished it, certainly our people, our personnel, but looking back on it, that feels very good to think about that, to go back there to visit. I was there 2 weekends ago for the beginning of the Little League season with the families and the children on a beautiful day, and it just felt very good.